Hello, Bear fans from Let's Talk Chicago Bears. Well, they did it. They actually won yesterday. I did not think that was going to happen, but we'll take it. They are now 7-7, and the Vikings are 6-8. We split the series. Let's just pray though it doesn't keep Nagy and Pace's jobs because I'll talk about it in a little bit, but it does prove that Nagy, the you'll hear in the last four games, when he stopped calling the plays, the team got better offensively. Defensively, we had some bright spots, and but they gave up a lot of points. But I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so the Bears, surprisingly enough, were never behind in this game yesterday. After doing the first time, the first series they went three and out. Vikings went three and out, and then after the Bears on the second drive went down and scored touchdowns, and then that was it. We were in the lead the rest of the game, which is usually pretty unusual for the Bears, right? Okay, so Mitchell was 15 of 21 with 198 yards, one touchdown, one interception. We do know that. He threw that into the end zone, but his defense picked him up, and that's what teams do. Mitchell played very good, and he was even running the ball. So, and I had heard over the weekend, I was reading some stuff that Mitchell, I guess, has been standing up to the coaches the last few weeks, saying what he does and does not like on the play calling, which good for him. Get involved, right? You are the quarterback. So I think Mitchell has learned an awful lot from being benched, which he should have been playing long after that because Foles sucked. You know how I feel about that. But Mitchell did play good. And like I said, he did throw the one interception, which he really shouldn't have thrown. He thought he could get it in there. But you know what? The defense came back and picked him up because they forced the Vikings to have to punt the ball. And actually, I think it was like right around 2 minutes when right after it was like a minute and 54 seconds, and they were 4th and 1, and the Bears stopped them, gave us the ball back. We went down, didn't really do much, but we got a field goal to make it 33-27. So that was a good thing. So we're good with that. So let's talk about David Montgomery, number 32, our running back, 146 yards. Second game in a row that he's had 100 yards, and this is the first time. This is pathetic. This is the first time since 2016 that the Bears have had back-to-back 100-yard rushing games. Well, that tells you Nagy is part of the problem because he came along in 2018, and okay. He scored 2 touchdowns yesterday, and he has a total of 908 yards total. He actually should be over 1,000 yards, but if the Bears keep giving him the ball, and we're playing the Jags this week, so there's a pretty good chance he's going to get over 1,000 yards, and I really hope so because Montgomery, he's another one who's really starting to come into himself. And how about the offensive line? They started plugging in some of the young guys, and you know what? They're looking good. There was a few times they got close to Mitchell, but we ran the ball. 146 times. 146 yards. And I believe we had a total of 199 total rushing yards between Montgomery, Mitchell, and Patterson. So almost 200 yards rushing is pretty darn good. And you got to give the woo to the offensive line. Really do. Because, we beat on them all year. So keep going, guys. I'm really proud of you. Robinson, our wide receiver, number 12, he was 4 of 83 yards, and he is now, for his total this year, has 1,110 yards. Not bad. And he had some pretty good catches yesterday. But yesterday, what really made me happy was Mr. Mooney was finally in the game, more than just 1 or 2. He had 4 passes for 49 yards and a touchdown. So his total yards in receiving this year right now is 499, and he has scored 4 touchdowns. And what's really cool is he broke a rookie record for receivers. It's the record hasn't been broken since 1954 that a rookie has caught more than 46 catches in the season. And that record was last from 1954. So, I like Mr. Mooney, number 11. He is going to be really, really good. I'll give Pace that one. See, that proves that Pace he knows how to draft in the rounds 2 through 5, but number one he sucks at. Okay, except for Roquan Smith. All right, we'll give him that one because he's awesome. Okay, so I mean, offensively, the Bears just played very well yesterday. We had 4 penalties, kept it under 5. You know my rule. So so let's talk about the defense because I know a lot of people, the defense gave us some more points. Well, we were missing 3 defensive backs yesterday. Jalen Johnson, number 33, Dion Bush, number 26, and Buster Screen, number 24. Now, out of the 3, Buster ain't that great, but the other 2 are very good and have been playing all season and have been playing well. So I attribute those 27 points and those long passes to those 3 being out. We had players, second string in there, and rookies in there. So, but we won. And we did allow their running back to get it 140 something yards too, but so what? We still won the game. And the Bears had 2 sacks yesterday, and I almost fell off my couch when one of them in the first half there was a 50-50 sack by Robert Quinn. Yeah, remember him? Robert Quinn, the one we gave like $70 million to for 2 years. Remember that idiot? He finally had a second sack, and his first sack was the second game of the season. And he finally decided to show up in week 15, and he shared it with Hicks. And then in the second half, Nichols and Mack had one, and it was awesome. And the Bears stopped the Vikings twice when they were 4th and 1. And twice the Bears stopped them. That is really dang good. So it shows you that up front the Bears are still doing it. The secondary was the problem yesterday, but when you're missing 3 people, 2 out of 3 that are really good, it's a problem. And JJ has been really good, number 33 this year. So, and why I didn't mention them on the show, they weren't listed on Friday. I was shocked Saturday when I heard that. I was like, oh no. So, and I just want to give a little woo-woo to Santos, our kicker. He has 22 straight field goals. They better sign him. They only gave him a 1-year contract, so I'm sorry, Panento. He's on our he was who kicked for us last year, and he's been on injured reserve. I say we keep Santos. I mean, let's face it. He's been doing it for us. He's missed a couple extra points, but you know what? He's come through when we need him. We're not getting no double doinks from him. Cody Parkey last night in the Cleveland game did it again. He did a doink. And the week before, on when did they play? Monday night? Cleveland or whatever? He cost them that game because he missed a field goal and 2 extra points. So he cost them that game, Cody Parkey. But I'm like, you can have him, man, because he screwed us in 18. We know that. I just laugh every time I see him. And this is a really interesting stat. In the last 4 games, the offense has scored an average of 31 points a game. They have 14 touchdowns. And this is since Bill Lazor has been calling the plays. And we've been running the ball. I didn't see how many, but we know that because we had Montgomery had 100 yards, obviously this week, 146 yards. He had 113 yards last week. And so, we probably have close to like 500 yards rushing since Lazor's been calling the plays. So what does that say? Nagy should not be calling plays, period. Okay? Period. So, there's just not a lot of negatives. Again, I'm not a proponent of getting into the playoffs and being one and done, but you know what? The Bears have a chance. I don't see it happening, but to the front office, please fire Nagy and Pace. I'm just proud that the Bears have stepped up and are playing well. And the defense had Mitchell's back when he made that one mistake. And I know they like Mitchell. They like Mitchell a lot, actually. When Mitchell was benched in the Atlanta game after it happened, Mac went up and gave him a hug on the sideline. So they love him. I do. And I think, no, Mitchell's not going to be great ever. But I think with the right quarterback coach and coach, he could be much better. I also heard something over the weekend. Many NFL games and coaches and the announcers were saying, this offensive coordinator is going to be head coach, or this head coach is so good because they put their schemes to their quarterback's strengths. Now, we know Mitchell is not a pocket passer. He's just not. He likes to run and throw on the run. And Nagy last year, as I've said a few times, sorry to repeat myself, but it's true. Nagy wanted him in the pocket last year, and he wanted to throw, and that's not Mitchell. So he likes to throw on the run. You've seen that. He seems more confident to me. Do you see a different Mitchell out there? I think he's really grown this year. It's just too bad his contract's up. But so we'll see what happens. But we won. Rock and roll. So that's a good thing. So normally I sing the Bears victory song, which last week I tweaked it because it's just an awful song. So this week I've decided I'm going to sing a different song because it's funny and it'll make you laugh, and we'll just call it our victory song for today. And I wanted to tell you that next week, the show for the Jags game that we're playing on Sunday, the Bears and the Jags, will be done on Thursday this week. I mean, you could watch it Friday, but I'm shooting it on Thursday. And you'll see why when we get to Thursday. Okay, so a little funny story here. I don't know if many of you people know what this is. This is older people that know. It's the Oscar Mayer Wiener. And it used to drive around, the Oscar Mayer Wiener car used to drive around the country. And it would just pull in anywhere. And it's one of my ornaments on my tree. And last night I was looking at it and it made me laugh. So it got me to thinking, I'm going to sing the Oscar Mayer Wiener song for the Bears Victory Monday. And only a lot of older people are going to know this. Maybe some. I don't know. Maybe some kids will know it. Maybe they won't. But it is kind of funny. So this is for the Bears victory yesterday. You ready? I wish I were an Oscar Mayer Wiener. That is what I truly like to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer Wiener, everybody'd be in love with me. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer Wiener, that is what I truly like to be. Go Bears. Now, if that didn't freaking make you laugh, I don't know what does besides this. So, and I had a young man. Unfortunately, he's going to be mad at me because I can't give out his name because he's pretty young. And he's been writing me comments, and he told me he's 10 years old. And when I found out that, I was like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't be talking to this kid. I don't want to be getting in any trouble. But he kind of did something funny. So a couple days ago, I got a message on my comments, and it said it was, the name was from Mitchell Trubisky was the name. And there was a picture of Mitchell getting his jersey when he was drafted. And it said, "You are the Bears' best talker in the whole world. I love your shows." Well, I wrote him back and I said, "Mitchell, if this were truly you, it would be the coolest damn thing in my whole life." But I know it's not. But thank you to whoever did it because you made me laugh. So to that nice young man who is 10. Now, if you're really not 10 years old, then I could talk to you, but I hate to say it, but I've kind of been advised I can't do it. I'm sorry, because I mark on my shows that it's not for kids. So if your parents let you watch it, that's cool, but I do swear. And young man, you know what? I'm not going to be the one that's going to give you the fame on YouTube. And besides, I didn't got that many subscribers or viewers, okay? So I'm not the one that's going to do it for you. So I wanted to give the shout out to him because he really made my day and made me laugh that day. As I've said before, I have some of the greatest subscribers, and the comments from you and some of my regulars are just awesome. I would someday love to meet you. Maybe, when this COVID bullshit goes away, because I'm in Vegas, Berber. Maybe we can have a YouTube Let's Talk Bears, Chicago Bears convention. And you can all come out and we could just party and talk about the Bears. Wouldn't that be fun? But we got to get through this pandemic first. So, I'll see you guys on Thursday. So I'll do but I am going to wish you happy holidays because I don't know how many people will tune in on Thursday. Because we are playing the Jags, so that ain't going to be an exciting show. What are they, 1-14, I think? And it wasn't that funny that the Jets won yesterday, so now they're 1-14. So now the draft is going to get very interesting because, everybody wants Trevor Lawrence from Clemson, That guy is a tall drink of water. See, I want a tall quarterback like that, man. We always get those damn shorties. I want a tall one this time. So anyways, that's all. As I always say, help out your fellow man. Love everyone. Let's all stick together in this because we're only going to get it through this together, right? I just had to take a COVID test today because I am going to be doing some traveling. Unfortunately, my son can't come, so he's staying at my house, taking care of my buddy Elvis. So, it's kind of a bummer, but that's the COVID year, right? So, as always, my loyal fans, we're happy today because it is Victory Monday. So, as always, keep on rocking and rolling from Vegas, baby, and go Bears.